there was a very highly publicized split between Rory and Maul that was on your show, and they have their own thing doing their own thing, and a lot of people are like, man, this was Siskel and Ebert. This was Penn and Teller. This was, you know what I'm saying? This was one of those greats, and like, I guess you old enough to remember Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes with Teddy Pendergrass. Like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm doing all the singing. Hal, you ain't did nothing. So, I mean, but seriously, Joe, man. But is it hard because you guys have such a great relationship, and then it ends, and then, you know, the back and forth? How hard is it for you? Because you guys, I mean, when you work as long as you did with someone, you build a relationship, you do things together, y'all go places, you do things, you eat, family and friends become intertwined. How hard was that for you?
I mean, it was really tough in the moment, like when it was happening. Like, you got friendships you're managing business, people's view of the business. It was difficult. And then they left. Salute to those brothers, wish them nothing but the best as well. Then again, my faith be in God.
Right.
My faith is in a higher power at all times. So whatever is happening, that's what's supposed to be happening.
Is that how you look at everything? So you look at everything like that. Okay, nothing happens without him, his blessing or his plan, because this was his plan.
Everything is the doing of my higher power. If he's putting it in front of me, there's something that's supposed to be happening, and it's my job to figure that out from there. I'm not sitting around and weeping at the hand that I'm dealt. I'm getting to it. So I needed all of the education that came from that split. It was informative. It was important for me to get to the next place that I was going. And they needed to go and do what they needed to do. But nobody should ever sit around and just be, like you spoke about earlier, just come to work unhappy and sad. And
did you know they were unhappy or sad?
No, not till it was too late. Not till it was too late. But we had a set of issues. We both had a set of issues. None of us had the proper tools to
deal with
it and get through it at the time, and remain whole. So, I mean, happened like it had to happen.
Have you guys been able to make peace? Have you guys had conversation and been cool moving forward?
No, but I think everybody's at peace. I don't think you always need to have conversations to be at peace, but everybody's at peace. I've spoken to Rory a couple of times. He's doing well, just to say I love you.
Right.
Proud of what you're doing. But it's no hard feelings. It's peace. It's peace.
Joe, you always been like this?
Like
or
what?
you had to grow to this level of maturity?
Oh, do I sound mature?
You sound very mature.
Oh, shit. For real?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, good. I was a menace. I was an agent of terror and chaos. So this is a lot of work, a lot of therapy, a lot of just growing up. Listen, Shannon, like we started this with, I've been in this shit for 27 years, or however long. I've grown up with some of these people.
Right.
Like, these people have seen me. What haven't you seen me do? I've been wild on TV. I've been wild on radio. I've been wild on the internet. I've been wild with fans. I've been wild with police. I've done it.
Right.
I've done it. Anything there is to do. I've been blessed enough I've lived. I've traveled. Whoever you think the baddest girl is, we had that run. We did the, come on, man. Joe. We was moving around for a little bit. We lived when it was a nightlife, when it was a scene in New York, when it was fun, when it wasn't all this internet hoopla shit.
Right.
And now we're living.
Right.
Just very differently.
For me, it was, Joe, and to hear you say, but it took a lot to get to a place where you feel people have wronged you or taken the shots at you, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna let it walk. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna be okay. And if I see that person, I'm like, hey, bro, I ain't got no hard feelings. I disagree with what you had to say, but hey, let's keep it. Because for me, Joe, I played a professional sport. And I understand the opposing fan bases, or I understand the opposing team not liking me. But But I didn't know so much vitriol and hate came until I got into this. I had no idea, Joe. I was so disliked by people that were in the business that I was in until Cat. And people got upset like, Joe, Cat comes on your show. You introduce him, we do a read just like I did you. And he just goes, are you stopping him?
No.
People say I should have stopped him. I said, hold on. When you do an interview, he told a story. You remember I had Ricky Smiley on. Ricky Smiley told a story that he was originally cast as Money Mike.
I remember that, Joe.
Joe.
I do remember that.
How am I supposed to check that?
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah.
So I'm taking him at his word. He said what he said about, I was like, I don't know any of, I said, guys, y'all make it seem like I'm in the comedy space and I know this. If I'm in the rap game, I probably know some rap beefs, but I'm not in it. So I can't speak to it. So if somebody comes and say I got a problem with, or they did this, I got to take them at their word.
Yeah, you can't. I don't do that either. I don't interrupt people while they're in the middle of their testimony. Even if they getting off some bullshit, it's their bullshit to get off. Now, if it happens to be bullshit and we learn that and the growing storyline is growing online, then it make a lot of sense and builds anticipation for my next episode, which is to address why this is bullshit, or have the other side come on my show and do it that way. But no, I try to let people
Yeah, because you was one of the ones that I was messing. Say you don't mess with me no more.
But not over that.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out. Help me understand messy.
Well, how deep we going?
No, as deep as
how deep are we going?
As deep as your explanation need to explain.
Because I don't put when you have. I think that people were coming on this show. I think after the Cat Williams interview.
Yes.
Which was congratulations.
Thank you.
But after that, I think people were coming with a certain agenda.
Who?
Different guests.
I don't think anybody came and aired anybody out.
I think people were coming to get some shit off shortly after that.
You know, I had Monique was the only one. A lot of what Monique had said, Monique had already said. Monique, the Lee Daniels, the Oprah, the Steve Harveys, the Kevin Hart, that wasn't the first time she said that. So let me ask you a question. So when people go on Oprah's show and they tell Oprah things that probably nobody else knew, is Oprah messy?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
She's not messy.
Why?
She's creating the space. She's creating the space to hear something that we've never heard before.
So I'm not doing that.
You know what it came off like with you, Shannon? I'll be honest with you. Because Oprah's been here for my entire life doing shit. With you, I'll use the example of music. Sometimes when Funkmaster Flex would get on the radio and drop all these bombs about a song.
Yeah.
New song.
Right.
And not play some of the veterans' music. Like the veterans would feel like, you 50 years old.
Right.
You're not getting in your car when you off work to put on MC Little Bubba like you pumping up on the radio.
Yeah.
So sometimes it was coming off like, okay, we know Shannon Sharpe. We know Shannon Sharpe from football. I don't think Shannon Sharpe give a about some of the mess that would come up. Some of it.
But see, here's the thing. For me, and this was very strategic, and when I was at Fox, they didn't want me to interview a lot of the people that weren't sports related. I said, but in order for me to grow this platform, I'm going to have to interview people other than sports.
You got to.
So I got to interview comedians. I got to interview celebs. I got to interview influencers in order to grow. So plus, at the end of the day, like you said, it's entertainment. I had no idea that so many people, I understand the comedic space is very competitive. Most areas are competitive. The tech space, whatever the space may be. But I didn't know. Cat peeled it away. They got upset at me because Cat told his story. If you go back and listen, Cat says, I came here because you allow a safe space for people to tell their stories. Uninterrupted. Now, if I wanted to be messy, Yeah, I can show you some DMs. Well, let me come on and air this guy out. Let me tell you about what athlete I'm messing with. If I wanted to be messy, but that ain't what we do. I tell CJ all the time. I say, CJ, look at this. Nah, we're not going there. Somebody said this about me. I said, nah, you can go on somebody else's platform. As a matter of fact, I said, go to Joe. I said, Joe, let you. I said, but I can't do that. So if I was gonna be messy, Joe, wouldn't I take that approach?
Shit, don't tell them come to me and be messy. Don't tell them come to me.
Yeah.
I like to be messy behind these people's backs.
Nah, hell nah.
I don't want to just open up the platform for that type of shit. And also that to what you're saying, right? Like, I'm not mad at a little healthy mess.
No, I don't do that.
A little healthy mess. Oh, please, you don't do that. If you don't knock it off, you definitely do that.
I don't do that.
You definitely do that.
I allow a safe space like Oprah. They call me Bropra.
Oh.
They call me Bopra.
Bopra.
Yeah.
So listen here, Joe. Are you trying to get married or you just like what's going on?
No.
That's healthy. That is a healthy mess. It's healthy mess.
I was like, Joe, you ever
It's
been
a
married?
volleyball serve. And typically, people be here, they done had a few of these. Well, Shannon, you know what? She did say something about marriage the other day, but this is how I really feel.
I give you a prime example. G Herbo. He came on, talked about his girl. He said, man, you know what? Now that you're talking about it, hell, I'm thinking about going home and getting on the knee right now. What happened?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Too, by the way.
But
Congratulations.
see, I guess I was being messy with that.
Nah, it can be. It can be messy. Again, pardon me for a minute.
Go ahead, you good? But so I wanted to get that because I didn't know how to get to it. Because I wanted
healthy mess. Healthy mess. Entertaining, lighthearted, nobody's hurt, just friendly. Hey, toss this up there and see what happens. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't look at that as mess. I like to be called Bopra. I just like to provide a safe space. And I think the thing is, Joe, the biggest thing is that when people come on, no matter what has transpired in their lives, I feel you can tell your story without its most salacious detail. You've been in this thing 20, 30, 40 years. Whatever your most embarrassing moment is, we ain't got to mention it. And you can still tell your story and be who you are.
That's a fact. I agree with that.
And so that's
I agree with that.
A lot of times people like Gary Owens. I didn't know Gary Owens was going to share all that he said. I had no idea. And then people get mad. Man, you made the man seem how?
Yeah. I'm with you.
I'm
with you.
I'm like, well, damn. So what am I say, you do realize a conversation. Anytime you tell me, say, hey man, dude tried to run me over. Oh, really? You really do? Well, I didn't get the guy. I get the guy's side that tried to run you over. So theoretically, that's gossip. You said that's one side. Anytime it's one-sided, it's gossip.
Yeah.
So in other words, Joe, what you're saying today, that anybody that comes on the platform and the other person that he or she is talking about is not there to refute or corroborate that story, it is what? Gossip. Okay.
Gossip.
Okay. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Then now y'all hear, that's the podfather talking.
Yeah.
He been in this thing much longer than I have.
Yeah, no.
I got 5 years in the game, about to be 6 in July. He been in this thing for like 20.
But when you go get the other side, it could be viewed as messy.
But that's the point.
Just so we clear.
Man.
There's never a world in this thing where somebody is not going to allege something about you if you're doing this properly.
Right.
There's that part of it too. Like, whatever model is successful, there is somebody out there that thinks otherwise or has something to say about how it's being done. That's just a fact.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before 2 something.